welcome. You may never want to go out for pizza again. You might, but this is so delicious. You don't have to. You can have pizza in about 1 hour. It's a really fast dough that goes together really quickly. And sometimes what I like to do is, I do it 2 ways, but I'll do the flour, 12 cups of flour, and add in 3 tablespoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of yeast, so it is like a little faster rising, 2 tablespoons of salt, and excuse me, mix that up first, and then, actually I'm going to do it in here, and then we're going to add in the 4.5 cups of warm water, put that in, and a 1/4 cup of oil. You can use any oil you want. This is corn oil, but I've used olive oil. That tastes really good. Coconut oil tastes wonderful with everything. So you could try that. Then this really, you could, if this goes together and you like how it looks, in about 2 minutes, you can do that. It's like an artisan type dough. But if you want it to go longer, you can do longer. I've kneaded it up to 10 minutes. But especially if you're doing it by hand, it's kind of nice, just 2 minutes and it's done. And it makes a really beautiful dough. I'm just gonna show you how pretty it is. Look at this. So this is just like, this is probably more like, I'd say it probably let it go like 5 minutes. And then you let it rest for 15 minutes. And so since it's so fast, it does this, and then you're gonna roll it out. So I like to roll it out in cornmeal because it gives it kind of a heartier flavor. I've tried it without and it's just more interesting with the cornmeal. So roll that out into the thinness or thickness that you like with this recipe. My family likes 3 crusts with it. And that's kind of a medium crust. If you like really thick, you could do 2. If you like really thin, you could do 4. And I've done different throughout the years, but just my family likes it kind of thicker. Now this dough is acting kind of elastic, so that means it wants to rest. So while it's resting, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the other stuff that goes on the pizza. And you can do whatever toppings that you like. I'm just going to share the toppings that are my family's favorite. They love pepperoni and pineapple and olives and mozzarella cheese and the Parmesan cheese. And well, I love the Parmesan, the fresh. This powdered works too. And I make my own spaghetti sauce, and if you want to look up the recipe that I have online of spaghetti sauce, you can use that. But you could purchase spaghetti sauce. And also another really good one is a can of Italian tomatoes. You drain it, add half an onion and a couple sprinkles of black pepper. And since there's already herbs in there, and if you drain it, it makes it thicker, and you can put it in the blender, and I've used that too, and it works out great. This pizza pan I love with the holes. This is the only kind of I use. It just bakes the crust to perfection, I think. So I put a little shortening on it, and then with the cornmeal, it just slides right off when you're done. So this one is a little, it's acting a little stiff, but usually I didn't really let it rest 10 minutes, but usually, like if it's acting kind of elasticy like this, just let it go for 10 minutes. And then when you're done, you're going to let it rise for another 15 minutes. And then I put it in the oven for a 500-degree oven for 5 minutes. And that just kind of sets the crust enough so that it's not a soggy crust. It's just perfect. And then I take a couple tablespoons, after it's baked for 5 minutes, put a couple tablespoons of spaghetti sauce or whatever kind of sauce you want to put on it. spread it out, and I put a layer of cheese on it, and then I do all my toppings, and then another layer of cheese. Then I bake it 500 degrees, couple racks up from the bottom, levels up from the bottom, about 10 minutes, or until you like how the cheese is browned. I like my cheese just lightly browned. Okay, this is kind of thick. I'm just gonna set it aside. It's almost, I'll work on that later. I'm gonna show you this pizza. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so I had a friend share this recipe with me, and I changed it just a little bit. And everybody I've shared this with, they're like, thank you, we don't go out for pizza anymore. So to me, this is the best pizza crust. So you have to try it and let me know how your family likes it. This is a family favorite in our family. Thank you for joining us. That's wonderful.